If you go to your regular settings and find privacy protection, scroll down and you'll see a line like this, high risk permission. If you click here, you'll see what Android itself is telling us. Android has several high-risk permissions. For example, permission to send push notifications. Let's focus on the permission to send push notifications. Why is this actually dangerous? Because push notifications are messages or notifications that appear as a pop-up window, and they arrive even when your phone is completely locked or when you're using an app, which still overlays another app. And these messages are generally necessary, but only if the site or app sending them is, let's say, friendly or benevolent. If not, then, of course, by clicking on such a notification, the website or app receives data stored in the phone's memory. This could be your personal data, at a minimum your address, your location, and your last search terms on websites, YouTube, and browsers. Moreover, I'll say that you're giving permission to use other apps you've used. So, it's possible that one app intentionally wants to obtain data, and it communicates with absolutely every app you have enabled, and that's on your smartphone. That's why these push notifications are a very dangerous thing. You see them very often. For example, when you're searching for something in the browser and a window pops up, and you accidentally click on it and are taken to, say, another website. And in doing so, you're actually giving permission to receive this data. Now I'll show you some settings that it's a good idea to double check to at least avoid data loss from such notifications. Look at what we do first. I'll show you now using Google Chrome as an example. You can also do this in any other browser. Yandex does the same thing. Opera has very similar settings. Mozilla has practically the same ones too, so I think you'll find them easily. Look, when you open the browser, you have a search bar, and here you type in what you want to find. I'll just show you an example. Let's say you type in AliExpress, and it finds some websites for you. Here, of course, you start scrolling, searching, you can click on one, then another, then a third, for example. That's it. Let's go to the first line. We've reached the website we just entered. And the first thing you need to double check is in the left corner. You see, right now there are 2 lines, and then comes the name of the website. This is very important, because these lines mean the site is secure, that it uses a secure connection that has been verified. So, let's say, it's not a phishing site, but a real, normal website. But even if it has a secure connection, that doesn't mean it doesn't want to get your data. And it will try to get data from all the applications you have. And this doesn't apply to a specific website. In fact, it will try to get this data from any website you visit. Look, click on the 2 lines on the left. You might not see 2 lines, but a lock. It might be a lock with a line through it. It might be something like an exclamation point. So there you have it. So, it depends on which website you're on. You see, the connection is secure. This is the lock. Next, you need to click on cookies and site data. Click here at the bottom, and we see that this site has already received some data. It's megabytes, but it's text data. Even though this is our first visit. Here we read that cookies and other site data are used to store information about you, including for logging in and so on. Click on this line at the end, the settings section. Here we get to almost the settings we need. Look, the site you're viewing may contain embedded content from other sites, such as images, ads, text, and so on. Here we have enabled accepting third-party files. And see what that means. Websites can use third-party cookies to personalize content and advertising, as well as learn about your actions on other sites. That is, for example, you visited this site, and then went to another. So this website, let's say AliExpress at the moment, will know that you searched for something on other websites, and it will even know what exactly you searched for. This is actually not very good, because absolutely everything is tracked. Let's go back. Look, we click Block Third-Party Files. Here we've blocked it, but still, look, linked websites will still be able to use third-party cookies. So, we've blocked it, but in reality, we haven't. Next, click the arrow. And look, allow linked websites to track actions within the group. Here we allow the use of cookies to share information about user actions with each other. Well, imagine, basically, every app, every website sharing information with each other. In short, completely disable this slider. And now what I'm showing you can be done on absolutely any website. But that's not all, so be sure to watch the video carefully until the end, and you'll learn a few more settings that you absolutely need to adjust. Let's go back with the arrow. Back again. Click the 3 dots, go to the settings gear, scroll through the settings and click Site Settings, here. Now look, among all these settings, be sure to find the first one, Intrusive Advertising. Look, ads can show up on any site you visit. Check the bottom box, meaning ads are blocked on sites that have intrusive ads. Go back. Second, find Pop-ups and Redirection. Click on this line. And look. Allow the site to show pop-ups and use redirection. This concerns the push notification settings. See what this means? Sites can show ads using pop-ups or redirect you to pages you didn't intend to open. That is, some window pops up, and you accidentally click on it. And as usual, you simply click on the ad and are redirected to an unknown site. And again, as I showed you, websites can receive data and share it with other apps. Of course, you need to block this, not allow websites to show pop-ups and use the front end. You need to block this. Go back with the arrow. And the third setting is device usage. Look, website usage data is needed by websites to show you online in messaging apps. We allow websites to request information about device usage. That is, what does this mean, how we use the device and what we do with it. Of course, you need to block this. Why would anyone want to know how I personally use my smartphone and what I click on it, what information I search for, what I watch, and so on? After these settings, I can tell you that it will be easier for you to use your smartphone, and you will have increased your personal privacy, security, the safety of your data, and your personal property. And these are very good settings against scammers who try to send you messages and notifications that you might accidentally click.